Welcome to the explainer video for how the controller works on a Proteam iX. First things to notice is that we have a lock symbol in the top right hand corner here. When we have the lock symbol, none of the other buttons over here, in fact none of the buttons will work unless we unlock it, which we can see under the power button we have the on and off lock. So to unlock, we press and hold on the power button, it will beep and we'll remove the lock. We have got an error code that's coming up at the moment because there's no flow, because we're in the training room, so I'm hoping this will clear in a second when we can show you. But in order to turn the unit on first, because you can't change the heating mode, boost, silent, auto, smart, etc. while it's in the standby position. So the first thing we need to do is press and hold the power button, and that will trigger it into a running state. So we've got it in heating mode. In this position, we can then change the mode. So we can go cooling and auto. So that's, cooling and heating in auto. We can do cooling only, or we can do heat only. Most people will want it in heat only. And then we can also change between boost, silent and smart. Most people will have it in smart. So then we have the plus and minus of our temperature. So we can see here that the plus and minus, we can just change the target temperature. We can press the power button to go back. You can also see on here that there's a Fahrenheit and Celsius temperature reading. So if we press and hold the plus button on its own, it's going to beep and it's going to change to Fahrenheit. If we press and hold it again, we're going to put it back to Celsius. If we want to put it into a defrost, we can press and hold, and that puts it into a forced defrost. I'm now going to turn this off because obviously we don't want it running. So I'm just going to turn that off. Okay, now we have the timer settings. And if we have timers active, we will see them here. So to set a timer, we just press the timer button once. And then we have the option between timer 1 or timer 2. So if we go timer 1 and press enter, we have the hours, so we can change that. So if we leave it at 9, so this is start time, and we could have that to finish at midday, let's say. And we now have a timer set. And we could do the same by setting timer 2, by changing it to timer 2, change it to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, running until 8 o'clock at night for argument's sake. Now we have both timers set, 1 and 2 active, and that's where we're at. Now to cancel the timers, the easiest way is to make them the same. So if we select the first timer and we call it 8 o'clock in the morning for on, and we make the off time 8 o'clock in the morning, that will cancel number 1. And then if we go timer and go to number 2, and we make those the same, so let's say midday and midday, then that will cancel the timers out. So now we know they're not active. So it's very easy to work, but it's not quite clear when, and if you don't actually have the unit turned on and it's in its standby state, it can be a bit confusing because these buttons all seem not to do anything. But as long as we've turned the unit on first, then the mode and the power modes become active. I hope that helps. Thank you.